Welcome back to another episode of Saving Grace. Am I violently hungover? Probably, yeah. That is why the shades are on. I will take them off in a minute, but the lights are very bright. And that is that. I wanted to start this podcast off with a thought I had the other day before I went to bed. And at the time, it made so much sense to me. I'm going to read you out what I've written. Adults never feel their age, so when they have kids, it's like us having kids and they aren't adults. But I'm going to digress. You know, when you used to be at the playground, or like even now you see like families of like adults and their kids, and you think, oh my God, they're adults, like they know what they're doing. But you never feel your age. Like, I feel like I am always going to feel 20. So if I have, God forbid, I ever have kids, we're just going to be winging it. Isn't it weird that all adults are winging life? None of them know what they're doing. I just assume they all know what they're doing. No one knows what they're doing. And does that not stress anyone else out? I assumed that when you became an adult, you just know what the fuck's going on. You know what you're doing, like taxes and shit. I don't have a clue. The other day, I tried to put up a washing line the other day. Do you know how difficult that is? I was trying to pull it up. It was awful. And I thought, how do you know when you get a dishwasher, you're meant to salt it? What? No one ever tells you that shit. My parents came in my house. They were like, oh, have you salted your dishwasher? I said, pardon? What are you talking? They were like, yeah, you need to salt it. I thought you just let it run. I thought that is the vibe. Updates in my life. I have just recently got a cleaner for my house. God love you. She's amazing. What a girl. She gave me 2 slices of cake as well. It was really sweet. Even though I'm trying to get ready for summer. I ate them both. But yeah, it's life-changing. It is life-changing. Because I'm not the cleanest person, I'll be honest with you here. I'll see a bit of mess and go, that'll clean itself up. My laundry, horror. The pile, criminal. I just think, is it for me? Probably not. Let me have a sip of this. Currently today, I'm drinking the Arctic iced coffee, the cafe latte. My favourite one is the mocha. Okay, I'm going to be honest, but I've drunk myself out of house and home with that. So it's a latte today. One sec. Come on. Sorry if you heard that swallow. That was criminal. Anyway, I'm going to chat to you about my life. So I just went to Cannes. Cannes, I don't know. If you're going to put an S on the end of it, say the fucking S. What on earth is the point in calling a country something that you're just going to keep a word silent? I understand like Quebec. Something like that, fine, I get it. Cannes? It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I rock up with, I'm with Joe Sugg, Munya. Was it just us 3? And Janelle. Janelle was interviewing us on the panel, lovely girl. So it's all of us, we rock up. There's no fucking point in booking a business class on a short haul. You've got basically the same seats. There's just a curtain and you get some champagne. Well, I guess the champagne makes it worth it. And it's free. I always go to get my card out. I think that's embarrassing. Put that away. We aren't at the back of the curtain now. Have some respect. Anyway, we land. It's fucking boiling. It's fucking boiling. I just bought those the red striped TikTok shop shorts. Yeah. Everyone else that's fucking great in them. I look like Andy Pandy. It's absolutely dismal. Anyway, I rock that out. My little twig legs hanging out of it. I'm rocking about Cannes. We get to lunch, and I'm with the BBC, by the way. Come on. Anyway, I get to the BBC. We have lunch. Let me tell you something about French. The wine goes down a little bit too well. Yeah. It's like, it's not giving your usual corner shop £4 wine that you have to physically force down your throat to feel a little bit funky with a little bit of fuzzy legs. The wine there was too good. I'm going to say it. I was pissed as a fart. Yeah. From the lunch. I was merry as fuck. Anyway, I go back to this hotel room and then we go out for a dinner that night, I think. I'm getting confused. Anyway, I go out for a dinner that night. And it was really cool. Like it was basically loads of brands. And then me, I was like, come on. Munya did a nice little speech, which was really funny about like what people assume like influencers are. And it was incredible because it was like, he did a quiz and he was like, what would an influencer comment on this photo? Yas, Slay the House Down boots, emoji, and we all had to guess. It was great. Anyway, thing about Cannes is there's on the beach loads of like tents and shit lined up, right? And there was a Spotify tent, okay? I hear from a little bird, Tyler is going to be there, as in, make me swear, make me that Tyler. I got my fucking wristband on and I went in, okay? I'm two-stepping at this point. I've got a few more wines down me. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. Shaboozey comes on, as in, like the country singer, yeah? So he comes on, I'm loving it, right? And then Tyler's meant to come on next. Where is she? Unsure. There's rumours circulating. What had happened was she couldn't turn up because her makeup artist had glued her eyes shut with nail glue. First of all, I want to chat to the makeup artist because, first of all, why are you carrying around nail glue? Who also, because I know the smell of nail glue, right? It is like, that is something that if I sniffed too much, I'd be high as fuck, right? So you could smell it. Not that I've ever done that before. Come on. No. But what I'm saying is, you would know. Why has that happened? And also the panic that must have gone through her. If I was legally blind for a couple of minutes, I'd go crazy. Anyway, she went to A&E. Martin Garrix. Is that his name? Martin Garrix? Martin? I don't know. He whips out on the decks. Yeah, he's just in a t-shirt, shorts. He wasn't even meant to be there. He stepped up to the plate. I was cutting shapes in my heels, and also my feet are cut up. So yeah, that was the night. Then we went home. I wake up fresh face. I had the panel on the next day. So we all go to the panel, and as we're walking there, this car pulls up, all blacked out. Blacked out window. No, what's the lyrics? Blacked out windows leaning back. Someone is looking like a baller. Do you know what I mean? All the security stop us in our tracks and they say, walk the other side of the car. I thought I wasn't going to get in, but okay. We walk the other side of the car. Who comes out of the car? I'm going to give you a minute to guess. It was Elon Musk. Elon Musk comes out the car. And to start with, I'm thinking, do I fucking say something about AI? Because once I had an AI picture come out of, it looked like me sucking a dick, and we had to get it taken off because, have I told this story? Don't know. I'll say it again. We were scrolling through Reddit trying to find this photo of me. All of a sudden, there's a picture of me with a penis in my face. First of all, never me. I don't suck dick. First of all, I'm a lesbian now, but even when I wasn't, you couldn't pay me to go near that. Do you know what I'm saying? So, first of all, I knew it wasn't me because I thought, that's crazy. They got the wonky eye a bit too spot on. Hurt a little bit. Anyway, so I'm messaging Hannah. I'm like, what is this picture? You need to get this taken off. This is fucking crazy. Like, imagine if this comes out. And also, my titties are small, yeah, but they weren't that small. So I thought, respect me a little bit more. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm already flat-chested. I can't be any more flat. It's a hate crime. Anyway, where was I going? Yeah, so I was thinking to myself, do I fucking say something about AI to this man? Because that gave me anxiety for weeks. And I thought, just backtracking again, at least if it's a good one, I'd maybe claim it, even if it wasn't me. Like, if I look fucking great in like a fake nude, I'm claiming it. I'm 100. That is me. That is me. Do it again. Don't do it. Unless I miraculously have a BBL in it, then do it. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm going to regret saying that. But anyway, Elon Musk is there. So we get to the talk and these really tall men walk past us. We have this really awkward moment on the stairs where loads of men were coming past. They were so tall. And I thought, they were like blocking out the sun. And I was like, anyway, they were NFL players. They just spoke before us. And I said, how are we meant to one up NFL players? We're not. We sit down and I've got one of these mics, you know, like Britney Spears when she had the snake at like, what was it? The VMAs. It was giving Hit Me Baby One More Time. I was loving my life. Anyway, I sit on this stage and I'll be honest with you, I gave nothing. There was such amazing questions and I just didn't know how to answer it because Joe and Munya they're so successful. They've got their own production companies. Fucking Munya's been up for like BAFTAs and shit. Joe Sugg is the OG YouTuber. He's got management now. Like, you know, he's big time. They're both big time. And I'm sat there going, I can't put anything into this. And then the question, this is all I really answered. They went, you wanted to go on Love Island, didn't you? I thought, is now the time? Is now the time to bring up the fact that I wanted to go on Love Island? Probs not. In front of all these really serious brands. And also I forgot where I was. It was like a really serious talk. And I was trying to like give out like funny jokes. I was like, yeah, I don't have an arse and tits. Couldn't go on there. The crowd, silence, pure silence. And I was like, cool, I must go and drown now because there's nothing else I can do. I go, fuck all. And I tried to make a joke about Elon Musk. And as soon as I did it, it started thundering. And I thought, wow, that man is too powerful for his own good. I believe that he controlled the weather that day because as soon as I started speaking, it started pissing it down with rain. People started leaving because it's all outside. I thought, yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But what an honour. I spoke at Cannes. That is me. Anyway, after we went for lunch, lovely little street place it was giving. And there was this nice man. He had a really French name. I think it was like Pascal. No, that's not even French. Pierre. I don't know. It started with a P. Lovely bloke. And he left halfway through his shift on his motorbike. I thought, that is so French. Like moped. He had his little French fucking bike. I loved it. Fucking yeah. Anyway, had some pasta. All I ate was pasta. Bit of linguine. Had some fish. 4 fishy. That's what I had. Don't know why I said that. And that was an intrusive thought. Anyway. And then we had a nice, peaceful night. Flew home the next day. And that was Cannes. I think it's underrated. It does, you know, when you go to Spain and it just constantly smells of shit, sewers, shit. No, it smells so nice. It smells like rich people in French. It smells like money. And that's something I can get on board with. And also, I feel like I heard that French people are really rude. Everyone out there was really lovely. But maybe that's because I had my tits out half the time. You just never know. And if people are being rude to you, get your titties out. That's my bit of advice for you today. This podcast is brought to you by Femfresh, the UK's #1 brand in feminine hygiene. Femfresh are on a mission to educate and empower women to take charge of their intimate health. This year, they're focusing on debunking myths and breaking taboos on various women's health topics. I think it's time that we clear a few things up, girls. We need to stop using the super fragrance body washes down there. Did you know the skin all over our bodies is home to millions of natural bacteria, which makes up our skin microbiome? These bacteria all live in harmony to keep our skin barrier healthy and maintain an optimum pH level. And your vagina and intimate skin, called vulva, has its own pH and it deserves its own individual cleansing routine. Using products that are not specifically formulated for your intimate skin can disrupt the harmony of the natural bacterial flora and can result in discomfort, irritation, yeast, and bacterial infections. You wouldn't use your luxury fragrance body wash on your face, so why would you use it on your vaginal skin? This is where Femfresh products are great. They are designed to be kind to your intimate skin and are clinically approved by gynecologists and dermatologists. Femfresh want to break boundaries of all aspects of feminine health. So join the conversation and follow Femfresh on TikTok and Instagram for more educational content on #Women's Health Wednesdays. Went to Girls Aloud yesterday. It was everything I thought it would be. Let me chat to you about Cheryl Cole. That woman, what a girl. She is, if I have to get rebirthed again, put me as Cheryl Cole, Cheryl Tweedy, whatever she wants to be known as, that will be me. She just looks amazing. Her vocals, so good. She was amazing. I feel like they were all giving. Who's the other one? Nadine Coyle. Nadine Coyle. What a woman. They're just all so sexy and they were just wearing these outfits that were sparkly. They just looked like stars. It was incredible. They were on motorbikes at one point. They had like dress. One thing I will say though is, you know, when they're all stood with the really long dresses and they're flowing in the wind underneath, it looks like they've got gas. And that's all I took from that segment of it. Not to sound like, but in the box, their wine is battery acid. I don't know what wine they are giving the O2, but it just sends me a little bit west. It's not giving France, is what I'll say. All of a sudden, I'm pissed as a fart, screaming Sound of the Underground with a fan. Who do I think I am with a fan? It was amazing though, I think. And it was all sold out. Do you know who else I want to come back together? The Saturdays. If the Saturdays do not come back together, Frankie, what's up? Come back together and join. I want the Saturdays to get back together. Fuck it. I want the Spice Girls again. I want them all. I want to live my childhood dreams. If N-Dubs can squash beef, you guys can squash beef. Do you know what I mean? Squash the beef and be done with it. And that is me. Speaking of Girls Aloud, it was an emotional time. And speaking of emotional times, if you ever need help in any stage of your life, this is where BetterHelp can come in. This is an advertisement from BetterHelp. Can we all just take a second? Because as much as we love summer, I feel like it can also be a very stressful time. The pressure of holidays and feeling like you have to have a transformation before, just in time for summer, or stress at work, or even trying to manage your social life. I feel like a lot of us deal with stress every day and let it pile up, which is why it is important to speak to someone about it. I'm someone that loves to bottle up all my feelings. I just let it well up until I have to let it all out in one big lovely breakdown, whereas instead I can literally just speak to someone about it and I always feel so much better, which is why therapy is amazing. And this is why I'm grateful to be working with BetterHelp. They work with over 1,000 credentialed and registered therapists who are there to help you with anything you're going through, no matter how big or small, with their unbiased advice. Like dating, it is important to get matched with the right therapist for you. All you've got to do is fill out a super easy form, and you can also change at any given time with no added fees. It is convenient, affordable, and effective, with thousands of people benefiting from BetterHelp. With almost 5,000 therapists in the UK already, BetterHelp can provide you access to mental health professionals, and they have a variety of expertise. Stop comparing and start focusing with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/savinggrace to get 10% off of your first month. That is betterhelp.com/savinggrace. Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring today's episode. Can we discuss Love Island? I have a confession. Let me take a sip first because I need to moisten my mouth. Okay, let's chat about Love Island. I'm going to shock you all here. I love Harriet. Anything I said, and I know you clipped that part of the podcast because I saw it on my TikTok, right? I love Harriet. She is one of the funniest people I have ever witnessed on my TV screen in my entire life. The way she was hysterically crying over Samantha leaving, it was like she'd been called up for war. It was incredible. I've never seen anything like it. She is hilarious. The way she just struts in, she doesn't give a fuck. Also, one thing I will say, I don't know why Jess is trying to go after Ronnie again. I don't know what gave her the flags, the green flags, for her to say this is her. She pulled in for a chat like it was a HR meeting, and he basically said no. She then went over to Harriet and he basically said yes. I thought, what direction and what ear was the wind blowing in when you were having that chat for you to have not heard that? Last night, Kieran said, at least I haven't been second best 2 or 3 times to Harriet. I thought that was a low blow. Kind of true, but low blow. You don't ever disrespect my girl like that. Harriet's my winner. I want someone to couple up. Oh my God. Let me stop in my tracks. Sean and Matilda. Matilda, I promise you, is a better woman than me. Okay? That man he's like a bailiff after his money. He's like the tax man. He's trying it with her constantly. He voted out his best mate. Anyway, tell me why when they had that kiss, oh my God, I'm sweating thinking about it. When they had that kiss on the balcony, he got up and said, I could scream this from the rooftops. That's where it should have stopped, because that's cute. Like, oh, sweet. He then actually got up and screamed, I've just had my first kiss in the villa. What is this man going to be like when he has sex with her? He's going to wave his cock round that bedroom. Like, I don't think this man's had sex before. Can I say that? I don't know. But I just think that is crazy behavior. Like, he's the type of person to be fucking you and saying thank you at the same time. Thank you so much for your time. This has been so good. I'll rate you 5 stars. Look at those tits. What a day. What an amazing day. But he's such a nice guy and he loves sweets. But if I hear him call someone a fizzy watermelon, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. He deserves the best. He's a lovely man. But he's when girls say, I don't want, a guy's too nice. I think Sean may be what they're talking about. And I know all the comments to this is why you get cheated on, you girls, okay. Dug my own grave. Okay. That's fine. But I don't know. I can't get my head round it. And it's stressing me out. Joey Essex and Grace, he likes the new girl. This is one thing I feel like Joey likes, a safe bet, which is fine. That's what you should be doing on Love Island. I'm sorry, no one's actually going in there for love. If I rocked up in that villa, I'm going to say it. Of course I am, because the producers are watching. Am I in there for love? No, I'm in there for a brand deal and a fucking house. Of course I'm not in there for that. If you find it, good for you. But I think he wants to try and stay in there a bit. So I reckon maybe he's seeing his safe bets in there. Grace was also Grace is so pretty. Oh my God. If I was in that villa with her, I promise you I'd just pack my bags and go home. I wouldn't even pack my bags. I'd just leave. She is so good looking. Why does she have an arse and she's thin? It doesn't make sense. Even the way she walks on job. She knows what she's doing. She's good. And she was saying, I want to get to know other people. And Joey was a bit like, whoa, but now Joey's getting to know someone else. What's happening? What's going on in the House of Commons? I love this season. It's incredible. I need Harriet to win. That's all I've got in my tank right now. I need Harriet to win. Talking of business trips, being a businesswoman, I'm in my business era. The real ones already know that this sound is the sound of another sale going through on Shopify, the e-commerce platform to start, run and grow your business. From big brands to small boutiques, Shopify helps thousands of businesses around the world help sell online and in person. No matter what stage you are in your business, Shopify helps you grow like the true girl boss you are. Shopify even gets you selling across social media platforms such as Facebook, TikTok and Instagram, which is really helpful for busy people like me. I am never stopping scrolling and I will buy anything that is on TikTok Shop. And thanks to the 24/7 help and the extensive business course library, Shopify is there to help you every step of the way. Sign up to the £1 per month trial period at shopify.co.uk/grace, all lowercase. That is shopify.co.uk/grace to take your business to the next level. That is shopify.co.uk/grace. Thank you, Shopify, for sponsoring today's episode. Another thing that I've been forced to watch is the football. Just a quick one. Corner, offside, on the edge, Harry Maguire, Jude Bellingham, that's all I've got for you, is all the information I have got. Watching it is, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. It's just a lot of men rolling around on the ground occasionally, hitting the ball, England fans with their moobs out. It's just crazy, but it's kind of entertaining. And also, I love a peaceful life. I'm sat on my phone while Eyelashes is watching this, just scrolling on TikTok, watching Saving Grace. Come on. All of a sudden, she just fucking screams, or she's like, oh, fucking hell. And I'm like, that's disturbed my peace. Every time England play, I have to buy a bottle of wine. It's got to that point. I have to buy a bottle of wine to get through it. By the end of the 90 minutes, plus like 5 minutes extra time, I'm fucking wasted. I don't even know what's happening. I don't even know what's going on. I just don't. Obviously, I have to like football because of Eyelashes. I like watching her, like her play and like doing all that because I think she looks nice while she's doing it, like running and shit. I love that. But when it's people I don't really know, I just think, and didn't we lose to like Slovenia the other day? I didn't even know there was a Slovenian football team. Fucking Scotland had a football team. Nothing wrong with Scotland, but I thought, well, they were out first round. I thought, poor Scotland, you've all gone to the pub, you've printed out the flag, like you're all fucking gassed. And then you're out. It just feels a shame. I don't think England are going to get very far. I hope they do, obviously, because, you know, when England lose, there's a lot of shit that goes on. But I don't think we're going to get very far. Sorry. And if we do, I'll eat my words. If we win the Euros, I will dye my hair back brown, pierce my pussy, and I'll do a podcast naked. That's how much I hope it doesn't happen. God forbid I have a guest on that day. I just don't think, but it's nice to think we will. It's nice, all the team spirit, you know. But yeah, good for them. Good for the football. That's all I've got. Right. Now for your questions on Instagram. What advice would you give to save us? Oh, that's nice. See what you did there, because usually I ask my guests. My advice to you is don't date men. If you must, don't let them cheat on you. As in, if they cheat on you, don't go back to them, okay? Take probiotics for your puss. Use Femfresh. Don't use sunbeds. And get your nipples pierced. Best thing I've ever done. It adds a bit of personality, actually, is what I think, because it's like, oh, she's getting them out. They're fucking pierced. Good conversation starter. Obviously to no one else apart from eyelashes, and it's always a little shock, like, oh, and I feel like it makes you seem a bit more hardcore, like, yeah, fucking, I shoved a needle through that twice. What did you do? Piss all. Do you know what I mean? It did take 3 years to heal, but they're healed now. God bless them. Hope they're well. Sometimes I think, you know, when you die and you're at the morgue and they're all pumping you full of whatever shit. I'm an organ donor, so I don't know what I'm going to do. They're not going to want any of my organs. My liver? They're going to chuck it. My eyes? Can't see shit. My lungs? Come on now. We've seen how I act. They don't want it. Anyway, when we're on that slab and they're all looking for... It's crazy that they're seeing us naked. Like, what if I haven't shaved? And we've just sat there with a bush and pierced nipples. They're going to think, fucking hell, what was this girl on? Do you know what I mean? I get really embarrassed about that, which is why I overly shave. I shave all the time, just in case. You never know. Sometimes I think, imagine if you were in, God forbid, but imagine if you were in like an accident or something and they've had to cut your fucking top off to give you whatnot. I don't know, like, you know, when they go, clear a defibrillator. Another thing. So I know this girl is a paramedic, right? Love her. And she was saying, yeah, like, if it comes to it, we have to get your tits out and give you like CPR or whatever. Let me say something now. To any ambulance service, if I am in public and you have to cut my top and get my tits out, you fucking let me die. There is no way. Imagine on Oxford Street, something's happened. I've had a cardiac. And you're just cutting off my top and my fucking tits. Also, when I lay down, I've got no tits and they swing to the side. So I just think, for me, not worth it. Not worth it at all. Ever. Don't bother. The other day, she was saying, yeah, I had to stick like a pessary up someone's arse because it works quicker. And I thought, imagine me in the back of an ambulance and you turn over, spread them, shoving a pessary up my arsehole. God forbid. God forbid. I know in that moment I probably wouldn't give a shit and I'd be spreading them for you, but I just think, help, like, this is a horrible time. Has being with eyelashes made you settle down, or are you still a feral queen? I feel like I've settled down. I mean, still after a bottle of wine, like I'm in the living room giving it all that. But I just like to be home now. Love it. I love the wifed up life, which is hilarious because if you tune in to like 7 podcasts ago, I was like, fucking Ibiza, let's fucking have it. I'm going crazy. How crazy. And it was crazy to me to think that like 3 months ago, we didn't even know each other. And now we basically live with each other. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy that there's people out there that you have no clue, and one day they're going to be someone so involved in your life? You could just walk past them in the street. I've been seeing this fucking, is it the string theory or something like that, where loads of people who they've dated, they've actually run into each other multiple times. Like, I think it was Burke and Rory that had a picture together at like school or something. And then years later, they ended up dating and they had no idea that they were in that picture together. I just find it crazy. Oh my God, guys, actually, I've been having a really awful time. So I went home the other week to see my cat and my parents, but mainly my cat. Oh my God, as you know, he's 19, right? But my cat, let me tell you about my cat. Monty, on Mondays, he has tuna. Fridays, he has steak. Wednesdays, chicken. I don't know why I did it in that order. Every day, double cream. Yeah, this cat lives like King Charles. Like, he's had an amazing life. He sits there, he just sleeps, whatever. He hunts in the garden. He brings back a rabbit or two. That is my son. But recently, I've noticed I can see him that he's old. Like, Eyelashes came to my house and she went, Grace, your cat is like stiff. Like, that cat doesn't really move. And I looked at him. He looks fucked. Like, he's like this. Like, there's no thought behind his eyes anymore. Like, before, he used to be a bit chipper. He used to be like a bit, come on, let's have a stroke. But now he just sort of lays there like he's just like, when does this end? Which is nice. But he even looks fucked. Like, his fur looks old. He's getting greys. His whiskers are falling out. I didn't know that was a thing. I said, sir, I think he's getting a bit deaf, because I have to shout at him to come, like, Monty, like it's such an ick. Like, I'm shaking the walls of my house to get him to come upstairs. It's just so sad. And I was thinking, what am I going to do when this cat dies? What do you do? I'm not going to be okay. There's absolutely no way I'm going to be okay. That is actually my son. I've raised him. All my friends, anyone who's ever known me has known that cat. People that I went to primary school with, when I see them again, they go, how's Monty? He's a legend. He's like, who's the bloke that pulled the knife out the stone? He's like a myth, an urban legend. That is him. And we were having this issue because we're going to go to Barbados for a holiday, right? Come on. And we were like, oh my God, what if he dies while we're in Barbados? Because we want to get him we want to burn him. What do you call that? Cremate him. That was crazy. We want to cremate him. I want him in a bit of jewellery. Spread him where he hunts all rabbits. But then we thought, if he dies when we were on Barbados, they're going to have to put him in a fridge. And the vet said, when you put them in the fridge, they look fucked. And I didn't want to do that to him. Like, I know he's going to be dead and he's not going to know, and he's going to be in a field in heaven, like chasing mole rats and shit. But I just think, oh, you can't freeze him. You might as well stuff him when you get that far. It's crazy. So I'm hoping he clings on for enough time that we can cremate him. I'm scared that I'm manifesting this. Please don't die. Please don't die. I don't have... And also, imagine he's just sleeping on my bed. I'll wake up one morning, he's fucking stiff. Do you know how much trauma that's going to be for me? Monty, he's just probably eyes open as well, no, my luck, staring straight into my fucking soul. I don't have the mental health for that. I don't have it in me. I won't have it in me. When will there be a GKBarry OnlyFans? Literally probably when I'm dead. That is crazy. That is crazy. I met Kathy Burke. Sorry, I don't know why that reminded me of Kathy Burke. But I did Kathy Burke's podcast. First of all, I was fangirling. Yeah, that's Kathy fucking Burke. Like, when I meet funny women in the industry, I'm just like, get up then, boy. Because I just think, oh my God, these are like skinny legends. Like, when I was younger, I'd always watch like Miranda, absolutely fabulous, like funny women, because there wasn't many of them in the industry. I probably weren't allowed in. But so when I met her, I was like, oh, are you all right? We got on like house on fire, and she asked me what tribbing was. She was like, I did my research, what's tribbing? And I thought, if I could tell 16-year-old me that I would be chatting to Kathy Burke about lesbian sex, I don't know what I would have done, actually. I probably would have been like, that's a lie. But it's true. She's an icon. We would discuss, her whole podcast is like about death, right? But it's funny. And I was like, yeah, fuck it. Like, I'm going to rock up, open casket, glam team in full force. Hair done. Makeup done. Tits out. I want to go in to It's Raining Men, carried in by naked butlers. I'll go out to Staying Alive. Just a cheeky bit of a pun. One last joke. Because I'm dead. That's the joke. But yeah, I can't believe I met her. I thought, this is insane. Yeah, what a woman. I love her. Next, I want to meet Miranda. Miranda Hart, can you please come on the podcast? I love you. That is it. Please. I'm begging. What is one thing that you're grateful for today? Today, I'm grateful for deodorant. Do you know how hot it is outside? The weather recently, I've got an egg chair in my garden. Got it for my Christmas. My Christmas in general, I got it for. I sat out there for 5 minutes. I thought I had heat stroke. I'm someone that loves hot weather over cold weather, right? But when it comes down to it, do I? Do I? Because the feeling of being hot, I feel like I'm going to pass out. No amount of water, I feel like a camel. No amount of water that I guzzle and hold in my humps is ever enough. It's never enough. I feel fucking violent when it's hot. You can't do anything. You're just walking around hunched, like waiting for a breeze of air. And I keep seeing tweets from Americans like, it's not even hot. Okay. Good for us. It's so fucking hot. I'm in a new build. That shit traps heat. And I didn't buy a fan. When I bought my house, I didn't even think that I'd ever need a fan because it was so cold. I bought it in like October. It was Baltic. I had every window in that house open. I had to get eyelashes to fan me with a fan. Did it do anything? Piss all. Hate it. I hate being sweaty. Can't even cuddle anything. And it makes me annoyed. Like we're on the sofa and I'm like, sit further away from me because I'm too hot. Even like just being near someone in a 50-meter radius pisses me off. I don't know how you lot are doing the tube. Godspeed. They need to put a hole up the top of it and just let some ventilation in. That's fucking vile. Oh, if you haven't watched Under Paris or whatever it is, Underneath Paris, Under Paris, the new shark film on Netflix, you need to watch it. It is so good. It is so good. Like, fuck the Meg. Paris is, and Eric. If you haven't watched Eric, arguably it did put me off that there was a random mammoth in it, whatever it was. Like it looked like I'm going to call it a mammoth. And the mammoth was talking. I thought, this is weird. It has such a good, like, ending. Also, I can't believe, what's his name? I want to say Rumpelstiltskin, but that is not. Guys, who is the guy in Eric? The Netflix series. Oh my God. Benedict Cumberbatch. Rumpelstiltskin was so far off. Benedict Cumberbatch is in this series and it is, I didn't even recognise him. He's ginger. It's so good. And it's also a good lesson to treat your children well and don't let them walk to school on their own. I think that's all I've got for you today. All of the questions are basically about eyelashes. So have I had any hate for it? No. Although someone in Benidorm shouted lesbian at me and I thought, do bears shit in the woods? Like, what does it look like? Obviously. One of us has got a bun and we're holding hands. What do you think? Obviously. Fucking hell. But no negative shit. My parents love her. Everyone loves her. I've met one person that doesn't love her. Apart from my cat. They have this weird unspoken beef, but she's not really a cat person, so it is what it is. So yeah, no, I've had no issue. I would fucking love it though. Here is a statement here. I would fucking love it. I know I've said I want to keep this private and most of you already know who it is, okay? Let's get this out there. Most of you already know who it is. We're discreet, but we're not that discreet, but it's just more, I don't want her on my social media. I don't want her involved in this because I've seen what it does. Can we please stop putting her name everywhere? Why is there articles? Why is there articles exposing who she... Let me fucking live. Can I have one thing? I've told you I had chlamydia before. How more open do you want me to be? I just want one thing to myself. That is it. I'll tell you fucking anything. I'll tell you my fucking bowel movements. please, I'm begging. And do you know what though? Everyone that I've met when I'm with like you guys that listen to the pod, you've all been so respectful. Like if you ask for a pic, you're like, don't worry, won't get her in it. You lot are all so respectful. It's just fucking people online. I don't know what it is. And you know who I'm talking about here. The articles. Delete it. Anyway, that's how I'm going to finish the pod. Love you all. Hope you're well. Enjoy the sunshine. Wear Factor 50. Yeah, if you've been watching, like, subscribe. If you've been listening, give it a follow and a 5-star review. Bye.